Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to another session of Out of the Abyss. I'm your Dungeon Master, Dungeon Mister, joined by our illustrious players this evening. You guys can say hey if you want.
Hello, Internet.
Hello.
What's up?
We are unfortunately definitely going to be down our resident warlock for the evening, but our everyone's favorite mushroom guy, fun guy, will be arriving shortly. Uh, but before we get into all that jazz, let's talk a little bit about what happened last time before we get into what's going to happen this time. So, last time, after traversing the Dark Lake, you arrived once more at the Dwergar Forge city of Gracklestug, having several thoughts as to how you should approach your traversal here. You first opted to head to see your new companion's contact, a drow in the bazaar named Vraxilix the Key. Apparently, he was part of some organization called Bragendarth, of which both Zakandrin and Yezebo also belonged. He spoke to the drow of the party and informed them that the Stone Guard were looking for outside help here in the city. Once more, apparently. Taking this information, and after a talk in the alleyway, you headed to see the Stone Guard yourself, since you had a past relationship with its leader, Captain Erday Blackskull. She did mention she did indeed have a job, and can make things much easier for you here, as well as reward you, should you take her up on the offer. Kill the leader of the Flame Keepers, one that some of you had met, named Gartokar, wanting to avoid a total civil war, which could include a dragon of epic proportions. She offered a large sum of money, as well as a favor. You all seemed to agree, some rather quickly, others more hesitantly, and for good reason. Afterwards, you took yourselves to Cairngorm Cavern, home of the stone giants that dwelled in this city. Having favor with them, you hoped to ask for their assistance within Blingdenstone and the battle to happen there. But, well, Stone Speaker Hagram said that he and his would happily help out his friends in Blingdenstone, as they share the same stone circles. However, his people seem to be a little bit under duress since an artifact of theirs, sacred stone, crystal, was taken. Knew it wasn't with the Darrow, saw it in his visions, in a place of keeping with relics of war and fire. You guys thought about this and kind of started to brainstorm where it could be. I think it might be within the Flamekeeper's lair as well. Also, with this in mind and possible corruption once more within the city of Gracklestug, you have your work cut out for you. If you want the help of the Stone Giants, at least. And that's where we're going to pick up. You guys arrived on the kind of inner parts of the city, exiting the Stone Giants cavern to kind of where more of the forges are working, but once again, several of them are less than working.
Right.
But that's where we're picking up. Casmus will say, I'm gonna go check on the shipment, and he'll try to catch up with you guys if he can shortly. He just wants to make sure that the assault negotiations are going well for the other deep gnomes.
All right.
All right.
Also, if you want to leave any of the NPCs behind, now would be the time to do so.
Right. Uh, Turvy, you're pretty stealthy, right?
Yeah, I know how to keep quiet. How to not be
Think,
seen. Yeah.
think, think we should send the others back to the ship. Might be. Weller, you're pretty stealthy, right?
Yeah, as long as I have this cloak on. If I don't, I'm not stealthy at all.
And I looked to the cat. And it's like, I already know. Fast, silent you are.
He sticks out like a sore thumb, but he's pretty good at sneaking into places.
Oh, I imagine so.
He's
So
just
we've
staring.
got. We know.
Yeah.
So it seems like we've got a hell of a situation on our hands.
Right. It's definitely going to be a mess. I'm not too worried.
It seems like all paths lead to Keepers of the Flame.
You all been there before, right?
Briefly, we've had some dealings. It was more to facilitate a meeting with the dragon. And as what seems to happen in this town, people wanted to give us tasks. Everybody needed assistance, it seemed like, as you all have found out.
Pays decent.
Eh,
This could be better, but it's Grey Doors. I don't know what to expect otherwise.
Trivial to say.
I have no frame of reference for the going rate for murders and assassinations.
Yeah,
Right, well,
I'd second that one. Murder's not the thing, but stealing back a gem doesn't seem so bad.
right. Taking a gem and, you know, stopping a civil war, this place from going loading. Yeah, I'm all right with that.
I'm sure the Flame Keepers would have the same story. Were we working for them?
Right. Who do you usually work for in the town, though?
We worked for the captain, although we had little choice. This time
Yeah.
we seem to have choice, even if we
Oh,
didn't.
I don't think. Unless we want to and just kind of look around, because I know how sneaky Grey Doors are. Unless we want it all to come down on our heads. I think we best get. I don't know. You all know better than I do.
Then we are doomed.
Right. This
that
isn't a
doesn't
grouse.
sound very optimistic.
Well, everything is terrible down here. And he'll look at Weller.
Weller shrugs.
Well, I suggest we make towards the Flame Keepers and get this odious task over with.
Fair
Are we
enough.
planning on assassinating this guy?
Right. That's what the money and the favors for.
But I mean, we've kind of got a bigger situation on our hands with the jelly. Do we need to kill him? I mean, it's kind of, you know, little inside, well, baseball. I don't play a lot of baseball in the Underdark, huh? It's,
Baseball.
to get wrapped up in their politics. Obviously, we don't want there to be a civil war here, but I mean, if
Right.
we assassinate this guy for the captain, who's next? I mean, are we just her long arm of the law?
Well, if we do not fulfill the contract, we will need to flee the city post haste.
We're really
Right.
just here for the shipment anyway that Casimus went to go check on.
There are complications on top of complications here.
Yeah, there always is.
Right. And that's where we're at. We don't take out this.
Well, if there is something more nefarious or even demonic going on regarding the Flame Keepers, perhaps we will fulfill the contract if it's the right thing to do.
Well, I agree with that. Maybe we need to get a bit more information before we make a decision to participate in a political assassination.
Hmm. Well, we simply need to be prepared to blame Casmus for everything. So let's go ahead and go.
All right. I'm gonna cast. We're how far away from the entrance, mate?
We're
You'd be a few blocks at the moment. It's you gotta traverse like gotta go look at that map.
10, 15 minutes. Right. So
Yeah,
I'm
something
gonna
like
give.
that.
I'm gonna bless the party.
You are
Where we?
about 2,000 feet away.
Not far. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and cast Pass Without Trace. Weller, you got your cloak.
I do.
So yeah, that is
All
like a
right.
few blocks. So casting this pass without trace, what does this look like as you cast it? I think this is the first time we've
Everyone
seen
who
it.
gets it, a black half mask covers your face momentarily, and shadows cover your feet,
Fair enough.
and then
Does
it
does anything
disappears.
look in the casting of it, or is it just more just like kind of speaking a word?
You see shadows release from my hand as it like kind of envelops over their feet. Just all of a
Okay.
sudden, it's like shadows go over their face.
As you're all very, very sneaky.
Right. We're gonna stealth our way over there.
All right. Trying to
Neat.
get in the little bits of the light that, or little bits of the shadow that are present in the city. Is not an easy task. However, with several of the forges unlit and fires not burning in some of the furnaces, would like everyone to give me a stealth check. It might be a little bit easier than it would previously be. There is still plenty of soot and smoke in the air.
All right, so I got a 33. Dusk got a 34.
Yep.
Weller got a 30.
Yep. Yes, we'll get to that one. 32. Yeah,
everyone sees us.
with this, you guys, and also no longer with Rumpadumper Cappy, is correct?
Right.
Mm.
Well, I don't know if Rumpadumper Cappy would listen to just Zach and Yezebo. Because they just met you. But would Weller or Dusk want either of them around?
Dusk will say you should go with Casmus. Someone needs to keep him out of trouble.
Fair enough. I just want to make sure that everyone else was on board too. As yeah, they're gone already. As you guys start sneaking so quietly, so deftly, sticking to the shadows and never coming into the light, you arrive outside the one Keepers of the Flame area, the kind of small fortress, actually, kind of sticking in the side of. No, I almost said the side of the mountain, in the side of the kind of cave wall. It doesn't look grand or anything. There is a central kind of gate to it, and it is nearby some buildings. Looks like a flowing river of lava or molten metal. You're unsure. Nearby pipes and things like that all along the walls here. Forges are lit near there, but no one is working them. No one is tending to the forges right outside of this small castle. You can see about maybe 15, 20 feet up is a kind of parapets and like those classic castle corners where they go out a little further than the rest of the wall. As there are seemingly manned along the walls, and this large gate that has kind of looks like tooth-like protrusions of metal over the top of it. And you can see a
Right.
small patrol of Dwergar Flamekeeper guards meandering around the outside.
Is there? I'm gonna ask. Well, we're still a little bit away. When I see the magma, is there a lot of that in there?
You guys never actually went inside. Like you might have gone in like the courtyard, but you never went inside, so you don't know what the inside's like. You just spoke to Gartakar for like a brief moment.
I'm not gonna take that chance. How long does water walk last?
I don't know. It's your spell. You tell me.
It says
Hour?
an hour, but yeah,
A long time.
right. And I don't have the concept ritually.
I'd say you do have about 30. I mean, it would still hurt if you have to walk on lava. Like it's not like
It's
if that's your thought, you're still gonna get burned by lava. Because it is
right.
scorching
Right.
hot around it.
You still take it, right?
Yeah,
But
you just wouldn't sink.
right and die terribly. I'll wait until I see what the interior is like. If I have to waste a spell slot, well, no, because it's free. I'm gonna go ahead and. Do we see an alley nearby?
Is it free?
Yeah, it's rituals.
Yeah, you guys are hidden in an alley. I will say if you're sticking around in one place in particular, it will be another stealth check by all.
No, I'll wait. I don't want to get. I don't want to risk getting
You
caught.
guys are sneaking really good right now. You kind of haven't been spotted yet, as you honestly haven't seen too many people. But I mean, other until you arrive here, there's a small kind of walking around the perimeter between some buildings and around the outside of the small fortress would be a small retinue of these Dwergar and Keepers of the
And
Flame.
you said as part of this fortress there were, for lack of a better term, battlements.
Yes, there are definitely battlements up top, as you can kind of see some figures above walking the line of that as well. Several kind of like pipe works are jutted into the walls of the keep wanting to say mountainside of the cave walls in here. And there are plenty of furnaces and again that kind of river of lava flowing. There's a bridge that goes over it as well, a steel bridge, but
Are the where the pipeworks go into the cavern side, is it flush or do there appear to be gaps?
uh give me a perception check from afar. It will be a high DC because it is kind of smoggy where they enter the side of
Yeah.
the
Let
cavern
me
wall.
let me look now because I'd also definitely plan to examine as we got closer, but let's see if I can sharp eye this. 20.
With a 20, they don't appear to be any gaps, but they do appear to be very well used and worn. As there's a couple on like either side jutting into the wall.
Hmm. Perhaps as we get closer, we can examine some of these pipes and see if any are so worn that they can provide entrance.
All right. Can't
Sounds like
complain.
an idea.
That is, assuming
Is
we wanted to enter stealthily and not just walk through the front door.
we can stealth in the front door. I'm not to that either. What do you think?
I mean, if we decide not to kill them and we've waltzed in the back door, I don't think that'd be looked upon very nicely. So I guess it just depends.
Well, I
All
don't
right.
think
Well,
in any case they're going to be willing to give up the jewel.
Ah, fair enough.
right. We should probably find that first. Is any magic to help out?
I don't.
Right.
And I open my spell book and I just start flipping through the pages like
So how difficult does it appear to be to get to the cavern wall next to the fortress where the pipework is present?
It depends on which you want to. You want to go on the side that there's that lava fall, or the side that there's not a lava fall. The one by the lava fall, I would say, with your 20 perception, appears to be more brittle, or worn, not brittle, but worn.
Right.
It's fungi's here.
He was here the whole time.
The whole time.
He was the
As
sneakiest
the
of us all.
whole
Yeah.
time.
as
the
fungi
whole
at the
time.
moment, they have snuck over to the Keepers of the Flame compound, and it seems like a fortress outside. They're looking at some pipes from afar, hiding in the shadows. Looking at some pipes that look to be a little worn, as there's patrols wandering around the outside and seemingly guards up top on the parapets or battlements. And no citizens seem to be working any of the forges outside of here either. They are lit though.
I'll follow him slowly, but what is my current state? Am I wild shaped as this part of
Nah,
the
we just had you
forge?
go with it. You're there.
Okay.
Right. So what can we sneak in? Like, does it look like we can, in our current state, we can jump from a shadow to go right front door?
To go to the front door, there are flames burning right, like braziers right outside the front door.
Right.
It is brightly lit there.
All right. So the lava is the best way over.
Well, to examine the pipes,
Yeah.
I think. If those where the pipes appear most worn, we should go look at that.
Right. Oh,
I can make someone like invisible for up to an hour. If that would help. There's just one person.
to get to the pipes, probably need to climb.
Yeah,
Fly.
it goes up about like 30 or so feet to get to the pipe.
Right.
I can reach it with no problem.
I can as well. But that doesn't help with everyone else.
Who are we going to send? I'll go.
Rochambeau.
I say both of us go.
So parchment shoes.
Are we just doing
Hold
this is just a scouting mission right now, guys?
Yeah, it's like a scouting mission with a side of political assassination possible.
And
No.
stealing.
And yeah, larceny.
No, I meant
Look-
just at this very moment right now. Are we just looking to scout ahead of us?
Yeah, we're basically not sold on the political assassination piece of the weather forecast. So it's a bit of scattered B&E and reconnaissance at this point.
Zach
We're
did,
basically just trying to figure out if this guy is worth assassinating
Yeah.
or if we're just going to have to like go against our morals and kill him for no reason.
and Zach did cast Pass Without Trace on everyone, so everyone's kind of shadow sticking to your feet.
I can try, if none of us want to be the one to go, where I can try sending a bat or a rat or a spider ahead and just let that in to see if it can sneak and just see what it sees. If it's,
Can it check the front door while we check this pipe? See if there's any guards we can get past?
yeah, I mean, I can send a little guy ahead and I can just look, through his eyes and up to like 100 feet away and, we can use that to figure out what's ahead of us.
All right, I think what we should do then, Dusk, if you're okay, you check those pipes. I'll check these over here. And Fungi, if you send a spider. kind of looking at it. Not my favorite of creatures, but if you can send it and see what it can see through the front door, worse it happens, squashed. And I'll activate my boots as all of a sudden, like little moth wings appear on the side of my boots. And I'm going to fly up to the pipes.
Which one?
I'm going to take the ones that don't seem as brittle. Well, Dust takes the ones that are more brittle over. Well, actually, I should take the ones over by the lava because I can fly over near the
Well,
lava.
one of us should take advantage of Isabeau's offer of invisibility.
Right. I agree with that as well.
Well, I would love to, but
There
seeing
you
as how I'm just going to sit here with the rest of them, it should be one of you two. So, Rochambeau.
Right. I'll take the one near the lava. You take the other one. Is cast invisibility.
Yeah.
You're smart. Cast invisibility on the one you think's best. I'm gonna go over
Okay,
near the
so
lava.
Yes is going to touch both of them, and I'm going to upcast invisibility at 3rd level.
As
There
they
you go.
both become invisible.
Right.
And I am
I'll check-
taking the more brittle ones by the lava, and you're taking the others.
Well, I can fly over the lava.
It's not
Where's-
over the lava, it's just by the lava.
By the lava.
Yeah, but I don't have to be down near the ground to be it. Like I can just, fly up to it.
He's got flying boots. Let the guy use them.
Okay, works for me.
Got a regular.
Because I don't know. It might be the other
Hermes
one
over
to be a
here.
better one.
And
Yeah, plus-
meanwhile, Fungi is sending a spider to and possibly through the front gate.
Right.
All
Right.
right.
That
Fungi
covers
just
all
gonna
three. All three.
sit crisscross applesauce while I find familiar the spider using my other weapon shape. Just gonna watch as that spider's going ahead,
Okay.
scouting that direction.
Fair enough. I would like stealth checks from everyone. Well, Zach, you're flying, so you're as long as you don't land, I don't need a
Not
stealth
land.
check from you. However, you guys separate, so no more pass without trace.
Right. But invisibility, so
That is true. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
have a very sneaky spider.
Yeah, that
Look at
spider.
that
Yeah.
spider.
27.
Okay. As dusk, you can easily climb up this wall to check the surface of the pipe. As Zach, you fly up to the surface of the other pipe. We'll go with you guys first because it'll probably be possibly quicker. You guys arrive at the pipe separately. We'll start with go from left to right in my mind's eye.
in your view, yeah.
Dusk, you skitter up the wall, darkened kind of street nearby that's kind of got like maybe one brazier or two that are lit down it, heading kind of the direction that you guys came from, but closer to the cave wall here. As the pipe goes up, kind of curving into, like, kind of goes from the ground into the wall. What are you hoping for here?
So goes from the ground into the wall.
Yes.
Get as close to the pipe as I can and climb up until the point where it meets or goes into the wall.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And simply looking for any egress into the fortress, whether it be on the stone wall itself or flaws in the pipe.
Okay, give me a perception check.
$22.
With a 22, as you're looking over this pipe, it doesn't. This one seems pretty. All of the wear on it is superficial, as it was mostly just kind of soot and ash that has never been cleaned off. Kind of gives it that sense of wear on it. However, as you're looking up here, you do have a great view of the battlements as it goes higher up than them. And kind of along this wall, looking over, you can see there are, say from your view, 3 Duergar around this side of it. One is kind of closer to the exit of, or to the cave wall. That one seems to be kind of like, with the 22, you can see that he looks very tired and is half sleeping.
Hmm.
The other 2 that are a little further, closer towards the gate, are definitely kind of alert, looking over. One of them is staring directly at the gate more, and just occasionally going into the courtyard, like looking over in the courtyard, as he also has, like, there's a lever there to pull the gate up and open it.
Almost like they're expecting something.
They're just on alert, but maybe they are.
Interesting.
But
All
so
right.
the pipe is a no-go. However, that guard that's over there is, he's not asleep, but he's dozing off in and out for sure. Kind of like, doesn't sit down. He leans against the wall occasionally and just kind of staring at the fire, as there are braziers atop this battlement as well, and he's kind of like right next to one that's just kind of like gazing at it.
So, I mean, just speaking for myself, it would probably be pretty easy to climb over there and get the drop on this sleepy Dwergar, but um, so that's a possible point of entrance, so to speak.
Possibly.
Very
Okay.
Hmm.
All right. Once I've done a thorough examination, go back to the rest of the group.
Fair enough. As you're doing that, we're gonna go with the spider next. Spider. As you are kind of in an alleyway nearby, spider skitters across the ground, nearly blending in, like perfect camouflage, like ash and soot-colored spider, with maybe the occasional markings of red or maroon to kind of mix in with the ground here and the walls. So it's kind of perfectly camouflaged spider with that nat 20. Yeah, big iron gate down. It's just the bars, as you can kind of see through the courtyard, but it is kind of, it's that mesh kind of iron barred gate, so it's not easily seen into. But with your spider, you can easily creep into this gate if you'd like.
Keep going.
Okay. As you enter into the courtyard, braziers kind of burning on either side. The courtyard itself is small, as there is a building kind of centralized as soon as you walk in with a big double door. However, the courtyard itself wraps around this building, as there is another building to the left as you enter, as that does have a door on it, but it's kind of both embedded into the mountainside. So it's kind of like a 2/3 of a fortress, mountainside on the back end of it, or cave wall. But stairs going up to the battlements on either side, and you can easily tell that there are figures walking along the battlements. Braziers burning within here as well.
How far are we getting from where fungi actually is sitting?
Give me a stealth check with fungi. This will kind of determine like how far away you could be with comfortably not be. Everyone else rolled amazing, so you do have +10 to whatever you roll. 25. So you probably have about like 20 or so more feet to gain with this spider if you'd like to get a little further.
Okay. And who is still around fungi where he is at this point?
Turvy, Weller, and Yezebo.
Okay.
The spider just
right now,
skitters right through the gate.
Right, as fungi is, and I'm just reciting everything that you're saying to me as I'm just like bored through its eyes. Obviously, I'm getting about as far as I can see from him. I'm just started communicating with the spider. Just go see if you can slip through the door, get through the door, then just come back and tell me what you saw from there. Don't try and do anything crazy. So if I'll probably lose my mental vision with him, but I'm going to try and tell him to go
Okay.
look and then come back and tell me what he saw.
Which door? There is the stone double door. Actually, there's steel double
Oh, right.
doors. Right in front, and then there's that kind of other side building. Both of them are bed into the mountain or the cliff side, the cave side.
Let's go
As
for the
one of them is a
left
smaller
side one.
door. Okay,
So
going off.
the left one's the smaller one.
No, actually, it is a double door, but the building itself looks smaller.
Let's go for the smaller anyway.
Okay, you creep around. It's almost like a little. The one building juts out into the courtyard, but this one is kind of shoved into the side of this cave mouth. There is a brazier kind of burning down here. Torches are well lit, but no one's in this hallway. It's kind of like a hallway where that building is, or alley. And you approach this double door, heavy steel double door, a windowless building, and yeah, stone building.
Slip underneath the door through the main cracks, or is it just intact?
Give me a perception check perception or investigation check with the spider to see if it can find a good entryway in. Or good like crack or something.
Actually, this is the first time I rolled. I used technically the wrong thing. So I used my wild shape actually spider sense to find familiar. There's the difference of 1 for stealth, but the familiar version doesn't have like all the extra skills on there. So it's just straight
D20 essentially for perception.
Yep.
All right. With a 13. This door has been well used, as also covered in soot, and it does bear several cracks as the spider can make its way into the cracks. I will say give me another perception check. Or not perception, give me another stealth check with the spider. It's going to be a low DC because you're still just a spider. Alright, with a 16, as you creep into this room, kind of checkered floor in here. Ceiling only goes up about 7 or so feet. You're immediately met with... It's an armory. There's hammers, pickaxes, axes, swords, even like pole arms, all along the wall. The outside wall. On one side, you would see what looks to be a table with a number of shields on it. On the other side, you would see what looks to be a suit of armor. 2 braziers on either side of the small space. But, however, also kind of on either side would be 2 Dwergar, kind of just standing there motionless, wearing what looks to be like some weird pseudo type of full plate. Their eyes wide open, mouths agape, as they look to have like they're like almost like kind of like Clockwork Orange, like eyes taped open kind of thing, as there would be some sort of apparatus stabbing into the tops of their heads. But they are awake, and they're just kind of staring out. This armor itself also seems to have, on one arm, seems to be a large hammer, just kind of jutting out from the arm itself. And on the other arm would be I believe it's a pick. Yeah, and the other arm would be a large pickaxe. It's just kind of like you don't see any hands, you just see the hammer and the pickaxe as they're just kind of like standing there in this very robot-like fashion. But you would see another double door beyond this.
Do I still have? Am I still within range of communicating with this guy yet, or is that broken?
It would be broken. So how much further is he gonna go?
I told him not to do anything heroic, so ideally he's probably just coming back. He's surveyed, and he's just going to come back for, I guess, additional instructions. So that's what he said to me.
So
Seemed
this would
right.
be the point to go back?
Yeah, he's got to at least, because I mean, he needs to be able to actually tell me all the stuff that you just.
Fair
narrated.
enough. He'll kind of go back into the courtyard and convey that information to you.
All right. Once he's got that, brother, I think you're gonna like all the stuff that he's seeing in there. We got some cool toys in there. I think I'd just tell him to go check again and see if he sees any way of working the door. Like, do you see any like switches or anything that's going to need to be operated to get
It
it open?
seems just like a heavy iron door. There
even locked?
don't appear to be locks on either of these doors.
Okay. You're asking, okay. Can you do it?
I'll tell you what.
I think, yeah.
While you're thinking about where to send your spider next, if you're going to keep sending your spider away, we're going to hop over to Zach as you silently and invisibly fly up to this pipe that's embedded into the cavern wall next to this glowing, warm flow of lava that kind of goes. Lava flows maybe about 5 or so feet below the that street level, and just kind of seems like it goes under a building, partially hardened, but it is still flowing. Like it just kind of that slow lava.
Right.
But against the wall, it seems like it's flowing pretty well. But yeah, you fly up to this pipe, super easy, no
Right,
problem.
I'm gonna take a look at the pipe, try to perceive what I can, see if it's brittle. Also, I want to check and see if the pipe is hot and see if there's lava coming in or out of that pipe.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check to see what you see. With a nat frickin' 20. As you're inspecting this pipe, it's warm, but it's not hot.
Okay.
Everything's pretty warm down here, so it's... You don't think there's lava flowing through it. The pipe itself would probably be red hot, too. You're not... Unless it's like some weird adamantium or something. But it's not. It is just an iron pipe covered in soot. And this one on the side where the lava is, due to that constant exposure to heat. In fact, you can kind of see it on the bridge too. That's overlooking this lava flow. To much lesser degree with the bridge, as the bridge seems to have been worked over and reinforced time and time again, so it's not shown as much wear and tear. This pipe, you don't know if it's ever been changed. You can see parts all over it that seem... I'm going to say brittle, and could be broken into rather easily as you kind of feel along the pipe. Parts of it do kind of fold a little bit, like just to kind of feel that it does have some give to it. And it could be broken into.
All right. Do I see anything else from up there? This is the other bit, right?
This is the other side. There's just one guard on that side, but he is keeping a very attentive lookout. Like, looks over at the lava flow. Obviously, he doesn't see you because you're flying maybe about 20 feet near him, keeping an attentive lookout, armed with a crossbow in hand. You can see a pickaxe kind of leaning up against the wall of the exterior wall of the battlements. But he's looking out pretty good.
I'll fly back to the party then.
Okay.
Not dr-
Still invisible.
still invisible and still staying. I got 10 minutes of flight, so
Yeah. Fungi. Is the spider keep going? Or is he going to the other door? Or what? Or trying to go to the other door?
No, once he comes back out and relays to me, I'm going to tell him to go check the other door, the bigger building, and just
Okay.
see if we can see in there.
Give me a perception check to try and find cracks into this bigger building. That's skittering around for a while. I think 16. Yeah. It very similar to the other double door. You gain entry really easily. I will need another stealth check by the spider. As you enter into a large square room filled with double stone bunks lining the entire wall. There's easily 30 beds in here. A brazier at its center as a couple of Dwergar are standing up, kind of looks like they're cooking some kebabs. As you would hear snoring within here. It is still brightly lit from the brazier. And at the back of it, you can see a hall into the cavern mouth. Into the cave wall that just kind of keeps going deeper inside. And there is a double door at the end of that too. With the 14 stealth, yeah, they aren't paying attention, or they don't care about a spider.
I'd have him come back and relay that, and I would just share. Okay, it looks like we found their bunk room. We can go deeper, but I think we want to start here, regroup, and figure out how we want to go as a group. Where we want to go. We'll just put it out to the rest of the team.
Yeah, I would say at this point, like, Dusk has already arrived back, and Zach definitely arrived back already at this point, as you kind of fill them in on what you've seen with your spooter, who's still kind of inside that courtyard, just kind of chilling by the warmth of a brazier.
Just wait.
the pipe is definitely a way in. If everyone can climb it.
As you guys wouldn't notice that Zach and Dusk are both there, but they are. They're just invisible.
Yeah, I speak though. I would speak.
Yeah.
Hey, boss. I'd just be right behind her. Hey, boss. Yeah, we can get into the
do that.
There's a guard over there. Just one.
Just one.
It's a way in if you all think you can climb it.
Guess I'd have to.
Well, I didn't know if you had any magics or whatnot.
I
Nothing
suggest
today.
if we use that as entrance, we try to go one at a time. A whole group climbing this pipe would be, even with two of us unseen, would be not easy to conceal.
Right, as long as we're close to me. Be alright.
And then there's the actual method of climbing.
Right, that's my concern. But you all seem pretty spry.
Would it be wise for one of us to go up to the top of the pipe and then drop a rope?
Really doesn't hurt.
For the risk of detection, however, we don't want anyone falling as they climb.
Yeah, the old rope
Maybe-
tricks always worked out well for us in the past.
All right. Yeah, the rope's a good idea. Maybe you seem good at knocking things out. Perhaps you stay near the guard in case he spots it.
Who are you talking
Dusk.
Dust doesn't know you're talking to him because he can't see you either.
to?
Dusk. Yeah, that's right. You're invisible. Yeah. And why don't you? What do you think about guarding the guard, just in case he detects us? Maybe do that fist thing. Put him to sleep.
I would say, Zach, you would have also seen. It's kind of the front face near that pipe. So there is that guard on that side of the battlements, but there were the one that was kind of watching the gate, and then another on the far side.
Right. I think that's our best entrance. I don't really want to open the gate and alert everybody. What do you all
No,
say?
their attention does seem to be focused on the gate, almost as if they're expecting something.
Right. Did you notice anything that would be of a demonic origin as I'm talking to him? Those dwarves didn't seem right, you said?
Did fungi,
Nothing yet.
fungi tell him what he saw?
Fun guy? I'm asking.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said he was just going to relay it. Well,
What was your? I didn't hear your question. What?
anything demonic, like possibly.
Oh, I don't think we saw it. We saw. There's definitely something really creepy with a couple of Dwergar inside. It looks like an armory. There's
Right.
definitely something not quite right about those guys. An armory and a dorm. And in the armory, there's just these two guys who are just like, oh, or something. So I don't know if it's demonic, but it's weird.
Possession, maybe.
Mm.
Right.
I may be thinking of a different campaign. Have we encountered those?
I think it was a different campaign.
You're
wasn't it?
thinking of a different campaign. You have not.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought the same thing when he was describing them. I'm like, wait, didn't we fight something like that?
Yeah. I've run into them a few times. All right.
Right. Let's go
Um,
to the pipe then. Just fly up and let down a rope then. My rope becomes visible though as I release it, right?
correct.
I would say so.
Right.
And that Dusk can guard the guard in case he spots us, and then yeah, I'll try to stay close to everybody.
How high up are the pipes?
About 25 or so feet.
Okay.
It's climb.
And how much longer do we have on Isabeau's magic?
It lasts
Like,
about an hour.
yeah, I'd say you have like 40, 45 minutes left, and probably like 15 or so on Pass Without Trace.
Right.
Okay.
We should get going then.
So Dusk will go up and climb up to the battlement closest to that pipe.
I'm gonna go climb the battlement.
Well, climb up,
Next to the wall to kind
rock face next to the pipe,
Yeah, I
and then
gotcha.
over to the
I gotcha.
battlement.
of easy enough to do. Give me a stealth check. Very low DC. So no Pass Without Trace as everyone else. No one sees him do this.
Mm-hmm.
21.
You're good. Pretty much in this case, just don't roll a 1 or don't roll below a 10 if you're invisible.
So we'll all head over. Be like, come on, let's get going.
I'm going to summon my spider back so he's riding along on my shoulder.
Absolutely.
And we'll head over to the pipe, and then I'll fly up and let a rope down. They're still within range of the pass without trace.
I would like everyone to give me another stealth check with the Pass Without Trace. So you have plus 10 to it. So no one rolling that one. You guys are good, probably.
Oh, suppose coming.
Yeah, you guys are good. You guys all sneak up to the pipe. Don't see Zach, but a rope would lower down.
Yeah.
Are you attaching this rope to anything? Or are you just
You have
holding it?
a grappling hook, so I'll go ahead and
Just hook it in
find a
somewhere.
good place hook it into the there.
Okay. Hook it in on kind of I'm assuming like on the opposite side of the pipe to where like it's not facing the battlements.
Right.
So you
And
have the pipe in between you and the battlements essentially.
that way Weller can come up first to,
Yeah.
or maybe,
You guys are up here. I would say everyone give me an athletics at advantage. Besides Dusk and Zach. You guys are golden. You all climb up easily enough, still hidden. You can kind of... You don't hear anything other than some muttering from within, as everyone's being pretty quiet inside as well. And you're up to where this pipe is. It's kind of not really a ledge, but some of you will have to kind of hang on to the rope. There is, like I said, there is no real ledge. You might be able to affix yourself to the side of the wall. And yeah, there's this pipe here.
Yeah, I'm just... Weller, you want to peel that back?
What? Shh.
And actually what I'm going to do, because I know they're about to do this, I'm going to make it really silent, but it's going to mess with their... That way you can break the pipe. And it's going to go quiet here in just a second. So when you don't
All
hear
right.
anything... And yeah, I'm going to go ahead and
Cast silence.
cast silence, yeah.
As,
And it'll be...
yeah. As everything, you don't hear the flowing of the lava. You don't hear any rocks trickling down. Everything's quiet.
I'm just waiting for him to bust open the pipe.
There's this pipe
Swing
here.
into that damn pipe.
How are you breaking this damn pipe?
In such a way as to break it.
I mean, are you breaking out the big hammer? Are you just gonna arm and just manhandle it?
No, yeah, I'm breaking out the big hammer.
Okay. Give me an athletics check
Right.
as you try to slam into this pipe silently. With the 17, start hammering into the side of it. Dusk, you don't hear noises. You're just keeping an eye. Everything got really quiet for you too, because you're pretty close by to this too. How big is area silence? 15 foot, 20 foot?
15 or 20.
What I'm looking for is for them to pull up the rope.
Have you? So people are still probably on the rope at this point.
Right.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we got to wait till they open it up.
As Weller start hammering away at it, as you bust into the side of this pipe, a little bit of like soot and like coal fragments just kind of spill out of it, as it does exude some smoke, as if something were burning somewhere. But it's open, and you make a big enough hole for you and your allies to enter into it if you'd like, as the pipe is big enough for everyone to fit into.
As everyone's getting in, after they get off, I'm going to pull up the rope. Get my
Well,
grappling hook.
is everyone getting in immediately?
I hope so.
I'm not assuming anything unless things are set.
Well, we've come this far.
Yeah.
As you guys try and talk to each other, and
Yeah.
silent.
Weller will just shrug again and go ahead and climb in the pipe, and once again just kind of pull his cloak up over his mouth and nose.
Weller
See
is
him do that.
going first. So this is what I need to know, like who's going first, because there will not be enough room to switch your order in this pipe.
Gotcha.
Weller's
I'll
going
be-
first.
I said it. It's happening.
Weller's already in the pipe.
Come hell or high water. Or lava.
Next.
Fungi can dive in second.
One guy goes in second.
Hell yeah.
Is
I'm diving in Han Solo into the trash compactors.
right. I'm waiting. For
Meanwhile,
Iz to
Weller
go
and Fungi are screaming, "Oh God, don't come in!" But you can't hear
You
us.
can't hear me.
Right. Right, because the silence is on my coin,
Mhm.
so I'm just like following around. With
So
you.
is Yez going or is Zach going next?
I'm waiting for Iz to go first,
Yeah,
Well,
go
third.
I'll go before him.
and then I'll wave Dusk over as I pull up the road. Put it up.
Turvy will be behind you.
Yeah.
And then Dusk would make his way over. And I guess that in the order, that means he would be last.
Correct.
Right.
As you guys start creeping into this pipe,
Okay.
it's dark as shit. There is smoke, coal dropping. Like it is. This is a worn and used pipe. There is debris all in it. Hard to tell, but your hands are getting hands, knees. You don't necessarily have to crawl, but either that or you'd have to kind of crouch because it's probably about like 5 feet, about wide. And it is dirty. There is smoke still actively going through it, and yeah,
So
Yeah.
keeping
I take a
silence.
page
on-
from Weller and I put my cloak around my face.
Yeah, we're all like this.
Yeah, we're all doing that.
would like everyone to give me a Constitution save. Fungi, you have advantage on this.
I wonder what that means.
It's a poison.
That's exactly what that means.
Mhm.
Oops. No advantage.
21.
You're good. Even if you have advantage clicked, always just take the first one.
Okay.
So with a... No, you're all good. The DC is only 10. As you're not spending... I mean, prolonged exposure. It definitely tickles the throat, but it's manageable. Burns your eyes. As you creep in through this kind of duct, this pipe. As I said, smoke is actively billowing through it. Climbing in. Everyone's still silenced. As you're Scooby-Dooing your way through a pipe. You can see an opening as it goes uphill a little bit, and then it starts to go downhill. And you can kind of see a little bit of light as smoke is actively pouring through a grate, through like a ventilation area. Ahead.
We're playing follow the leader. It's all in Weller.
As Weller, you are up first.
All right. Well, I guess the end of the path is the grate. I'll go up. and-
It does not end.
but we have a grate in our way before we're able to proceed.
There is kind of like a shaft going down / grate. Like, in a ventilation, there's like a hole. There's a hole with a grate on it ahead of you.
Okay.
In this
But
pipe.
that is the way forward.
That is the way forward into further into this wall here.
Okay. I'm gonna go up and check it out and see if it is welded, if it's able to be moved, if what we're dealing with.
Okay. Give me a, I'm gonna say investigation check. But as you're kind of approaching it, starting to look into it and over it, you're not sure about any details about this other than it's a metal grate. Yeah. I'll give you advantage because you're proficient at blacksmith tools. So roll again.
Let's give
fair.
it another.
He's a smith.
Yeah.
With a 12. It is welded
Within a
shut.
3.
But it is also you would know how to break this if you wanted to. You don't have the heft of your hammer. It'd be good to have something like a crowbar in this case. But as you're over here, you hear voices speaking from below. Voices speaking Dwarvish. Do you speak Dwarvish, Weller?
I do not.
Okay. It would sound like at least 2, maybe 3, maybe 4 voices speaking, as one of them is speaking more than the others. And you would hear the pounding of hammers, and sounds like chains rattling, some metallic objects being moved from below this grate.
Hmm. I will telephone that back through the line to everyone.
How do you do that? You know sign language?
Who's behind me? Fungi?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still silenced
Yep.
from the spell?
Until I'm told to drop it. Yeah. So I
Gotcha.
see.
Okay.
That's why we
Yeah.
have the
Okay.
lights.
I would do some sort of sign language.
You're gonna have to describe it unless you're proficient in sign language.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So like,
Yeah.
I would kind of look over my shoulder to Fungi and do the like stop, and then tap my ear. I hear something, and then pointing down. That's probably about the best I can convey in sign language.
One guy's going to try and with like a quizzical look. Can you? I'm pointing to my eyes and pointing out. Can you see it? Can you see?
Can I see anything through the grate?
Give
or
me
I
a
just hear it?
perception check. There is smoke
Okay.
pouring through the
Yeah.
vent. But it will be a perception check.
Okay. I have an idea because I was just looking at something else. What?
Jeez.
Yeah, as you try and peer down, like smoke just fills into your eyes, and you just have to kind of squint, and it itches and burns all at the same time. Like, I mean, you know, if anyone who smokes cigarettes, when that smoke hits your eyes, it sucks.
Oh yeah. I'll kind of wipe tears out of my eyes and just through squints, like shake my head at Fungi.
I'm going to. I'm going to ask my spider to go take a
Okay,
little look, see down, see if you can see past the smoke, and
sending the Spooter down. Spooter, give me a stealth check. Spooter does what Spooter does, and starts to kind of drop down into this room.
as he's dropping, I'm already warging through him.
Absolutely. As the spider drooping down on his little web into this room. The ceiling is higher than the previous rooms that you had seen. This one is about 20 or so feet tall, lined with what looks to be plates along the wall, plates that have kind of smelting devices, or boy, my brain can't remember the word for this, but it's you know, you pour the metal in the thing and it makes the shape. I don't know.
Mold?
A mold.
A mold?
Yes, jeez Louise. Like, I don't know why I couldn't think of that name. But yes, you would see plates filled with all these several molds along the walls, and like kind of shelves into the walls here. And you would see some of these plates being used actively, chains dangling along the walls too, and crates stacked up along one side, braziers burning, as well as a furnace, a tall furnace that several dwarves are working at. One of them in full plate mail as he's working this and just kind of giving orders around. He's got kind of the crazy mutton chops turned into a long beard. Well, yeah, he's got a mustache. Why not? But the mutton chops definitely stick out a lot, and just a thin beard, balding head, giving orders in Dwarvish. Does Fungi speak Dwarvish?
No.
Okay. As he seems angry, yelling at these other 3 Dwergar. As this is a forge. You would also see stairs going up, like a wide stairs going up one direction, and you would see a steel double door in another direction.
How many Dwargar do we think
There's 4 in here.
we see? 4. That's including.
I would say
Mutton
you
chops.
get this vision as one of them does kind of glance up at the spider for a second, says something else in Dwarvish. They continue to work, though. They note, they clock the spider, but they don't think anything of it. That you know.
You did say the pipe going, right?
The pipe does keep going.
And this isn't. Well, see, we've never seen the guy. Have you guys seen the main guy? Out of character.
This none of these guys is the target. You don't see any gems or finery. This is a hardy working space. Brightly lit, but somehow it still seems dark and dull just from being used.
So we could keep going theoretically. Just
Can I? Yeah, because I'm having trouble. I'm having flashbacks to facility level in GoldenEye 007 on the N64.
Absolutely.
So I'm getting confused of the system that we're in.
Absolutely.
Could you draw? Are we just in like a straight shoot, and this is a down with a grate that we're like looking down?
Yes,
but
you're in
the
a straight
shoot
shot
continues over top of this.
down with the grate, and it continues over it.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you're
okay.
looking down through the smoky grate.
So I probably don't want to manipulate the grate because then the grate's going to fall into this room and everybody's
And
going
that's
to
our
be
process.
like, "Yeah, what the fuck's up with that?" We probably do want to continue going straight. Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Slowly calling my spider back up.
It's great that you guys are silenced, but it's also like sucks for communication
Terrible.
to each other.
Yeah.
I know, but
Mm-hmm.
instead of making noise as we crawl through the pipe,
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, I'm just as the spider comes out, I'm just mouthing to Weller. 4 bad guys. Down. Go.
There's 4 down.
Badgers down. Okay. All right. Weller will, instead of messing with this grate, as tempted as I was, I will just kind of. How big of a gap is it? Like, can we just stretch across, or?
Yeah, you can stretch across it. Yeah,
Okay.
you can go over the grate.
All right,
if you'd
we'll
like.
do that then.
I would like everybody to give me a... It's going to be a doozy. Give me a sleight of hand check.
Right.
18. Yay, high deck.
Wow. Wow. So as you're going over the grate, I would say you all kind of note where the cracks and stuff are in it and make sure not to put any pressure on it as, yeah, if there was someone narrating this, they don't know how close they came to almost falling down through the grate and alerting the entire complex.
I think that's you. I think you're the one narrating it.
Yeah.
You just did a great job.
But
Great job.
yeah, you guys climb over, you all kind of spot like, hey, look out, there's this crack along here. It could probably break with enough weight. But you don't like say that. You just kind of point at that like, be careful.
Well, even if we did say it,
Yeah.
we wouldn't be able to hear it.
Yeah, so you just point at it to make sure everyone notes and you go along, continuing. And the it gets less smoky in here in this tube that you guys are passing over, but it does curve to the right, as it doesn't, no offshoots. It's the same tube, curves to the right, all in darkness. Goes on for about 40 or so more feet after it. No, about 80 or so more feet after it curves before there's another grate with
Okay.
light coming out of it. Not as much smoke. Yeah, you didn't know Weller was proficient with sleight of hand.
Don't worry
But there is
about it.
there is another grate up ahead. How long does silence last for?
Silence is
And I think
I want to say it's 10 minutes.
10 minutes
but
sounds good. It's either 10 minutes or a minute.
it used to be 10. I don't know if that changed.
It's probably still 10 then. I don't think they changed the times on many of them. Except for Rage. We'll go with, yeah, it is 10 minutes. So your silence would wear out through this time as you would start to hear the scraping of each other through this tube. As there is another
Yeah.
grate up ahead going down. Not as much smoke coming from this one, but there is still light coming up from it.
I'm gonna use my peepers.
Using your peepers. There's no smoke. I mean, there is still some smoke, but not as much as like the forge room. Looking down into a square chamber, braziers on every corner. You'd see a small hallway in one direction, a large double door in another direction, and a smaller double door in a third direction. In the center of this chamber, over where this grate is, or under where the grate is, and a little bit back, you can see a statue, a large statue, an ornate statue with red and grayish black coloration, statue of a dragon. And there is nothing else in this room.
That's what you want me to think.
The
This
pipe,
is where
the
treasure
piping,
is.
piping does continue going.
All right, I will.
Good news is
pass
you guys can
this
talk.
Information along verbally this time, but
Yeah.
very, very quietly.
Yeah. So, great, and it's also 20-foot high ceiling, so it'd be 20 feet down to the floor. All that's in here is a statue, 4 braziers. It's a big space, and looks to be kind of 3 entrances to different places. One a small hallway with a door at the end, another big double doors, and another smallerish double doors. Actually, I lied. The ceiling in here is only 10 feet.
Even more tempting to drop.
I didn't want to lie to you.
Can you pull the grate up instead of knock it down?
I can check.
Do you have a crowbar?
You know, I don't know. I've got thieves' tools and smith tools.
I'll
Oh,
handle
if
the
you have
crowbar. I'll
Smith's
start
tools,
handing.
you'd have something to.
You have something, but it's not a crowbar. Crowbars
I have a crowbar.
are
It's
very
probably a
have
specific.
it.
wedge.
I have a crowbar. I'll hand up on it back.
Yep, he hands up a crowbar.
Does it, before I roll terribly with using a crowbar, does it appear that I could lift this up, break it free, and lift it up, or
If you were to pry it that direction, probably.
Or
tie
tie
a
a
rope?
rope to it.
Yeah, I'm picking up
Or,
what you're
or
putting
tie a
down.
rope to it to make sure it doesn't fall.
Yeah, let's do that. I'd pass down the line to pass up the rope so that I can tie it around the grate.
The rope, the rope, the rope.
Wait, you all don't have a rope because I'm handing my rope up.
Actually, wait, did I get rope? Because I think I got rope in Gracklestug, but I didn't add it to my inventory. That was one of the things I
You
had down
did
that I
get
wanted.
broken grackle stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, you got rope.
You
I
did.
got rope.
But you forgot you had it. You just bought it.
Yeah, screw your rope. I got my own rope. But I do appreciate your crowbar.
Yeah.
All right, I'll take my rope and tie it around the grate.
Give me a sleight of hand check,
I'm bad at these.
Which apparently he's proficient in.
which apparently he's
No,
proficient in.
No. Shush.
Check your wallet.
See, look what you did.
All right, you tie the rope to the
Terrible.
grate.
Yeah, the DC would be low on that, I would hope.
All right, I have tied the rope. I will start just like passing it back
So everyone
so that everybody
hangs
kind of
onto
gets
the
a
rope.
hand. Yeah, gets a hand on it.
Okay.
And then I will go to work and see if I can break it free.
Start prying away with your brand new crowbar.
Weller's crowbar. It's actually
Weller's
engraved
crowbar.
on there
That's what it says, yeah.
as I'm like etching into the crowbar.
Give me an athletics check with advantage, because that's what crowbars do. They give you advantage on athletics checks to open shit.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
With a near nat 20 for a 26, yeah, it takes you no time. You just kind of get the kind of corners, and then one little middle, pop it up, pops up with ease as everyone kind of pulls on the rope very easily. Yes, the DC for tying rope is low. It's a DC 10 to tie rope.
Oh, okay, that worked.
It is stated now. DC 10 to tie rope. Remember that, folks. But yeah, you pull this grate up. Slide it over.
All right. Are we going down?
I'm following you. I mean,
I forgot where we were at time-wise. Is invisibility still up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, you got like 30 minutes.
Silence wore out. Probably about another 20.
Yeah. We'll
Something like
say 25.
Okay. It doesn't really matter because position-wise, both Dusk and Zach are towards the back of the pack. So
And they're invisible. There's a Turi
Yeah.
between them.
who's not invisible? All right.
If we were to change places one at a time,
Well, that's what I was thinking. Like if we
Could
would have
work
crossed
with-
over where the
Some
gap
people
was.
could cross over and someone else could drop
but,
down if you
like,
wanted.
you know what I'm saying, one at a time until we're
Yeah.
positioned.
I would say it would be too hard to change positions in the pipe, but what you could do is go over the tube or over the grate that
The
is no
opening,
longer
yeah.
the opening, and whoever wants to drop down can drop
That's
down.
what I was. Yeah, that's kind of what I was getting to. Is one of the invisible guys maybe drop down just to give the all clear.
well, because we're kind of stuck, you'll have to go past, and then
Yeah.
yes, yeah, I'll drop down.
Yeah. Yeah, because you would be the next closest one up.
All right. So, delving inward, all of you guys kind of scoot up to let Zach drop down. Zach, it is 10 feet down as you just kind of plop down. You're in this room with a dragon.
Weller puts the
statue.
grate back. No, I'm just joking.
All by yourself. You just kind of deftly. Actually, give me a stealth check for funsies.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Give me an acrobatics check. I like that better.
I don't like that better.
Oh,
I do.
You know what? Give him a history check because you're history.
Ooh. You know what? Roll me a new character.
Right.
Oh God.
Jeez.
Where's that on in the
No.
sheet?
that was harsh. Straight character.
With a 13 as you drop down without making a noise. You do one of the bricks at your feet scrapes downward a little bit as the dragon statue breathes fire on you.
Yeah, we all knew that was coming.
Oh.
That sounds appropriate.
Give me a dexterity save.
Oh.
It's not a ton. You take 9 points of fire damage. There's a quick little spritz of fire breathes out from the dragon. almost aimed directly at you.
I'm gonna activate my boots and
Okay.
get off of the floor.
As you start floating
And
up,
yeah, I'm
you
gonna
hear
fly
the
up
scraping of the stone move back.
as I
You guys would
up
all
on
see
the
this little
floor.
burst of flame as he is down there.
I'm just gonna look. This isn't a good entrance.
You fly back up into the grate.
Yeah, I fly back up. This is not a good entrance. The floor is. Wait, can I figure a way to disarm that trap?
Quite possibly. I don't know. You went up and told them it's not a good entrance.
I don't think it's a good entrance. I'll go down and look though. Hold on. Give me a sec.
This isn't a
Well,
good
it pushes
entrance.
his head back down.
I'll be right back.
Go figure
I'm
it
gonna-
out.
The
I'm like-
question is identifying the part of the floor that
Right,
triggers
I'm
the
gonna-
trap.
I know where I stepped, so can I make a perception check to try like which stones are out of
Give me a
place?
perception check to see which stones are out of place.
Ooh,
With a 10, you don't remember where you stepped.
I'm gonna shake my head. I'm like,
Okay.
It might be
I
every
think it's
brick.
I think it's all the whole floor. The pipe keeps going though, so
You see
Yeah,
any
with
switches or
multiple
anything along the
doors in
wall so we can
room,
turn it
that
off?
doesn't make sense. Okay.
Yeah, why would there be a statue defending a chamber with doors? Like
So
ostensibly a hallway.
Or like a foyer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
here's what I'm thinking of doing. Dropping down from the grate, but holding on to the ledge.
Mm-hmm.
And then flipping across the room to land closest to the wall. Even if the dragon does activate, I have a very good chance of avoiding it.
Can you
That
Easily be
way
done.
I could get on the ground and determine if it's all of the ground or just the center path, which is what I would guess it is, but dwarves are crazy. Sound good?
sounds good.
In my mind, you've already done it, and I'm impressed.
Yeah,
All right. So Dusk will drop, holding onto the ledge.
Is Zach still in the room, or is he going back up in the tube?
no, I'll float over along the ceiling.
Okay.
Fine, I'm out of range of the fire. I'll
And
float
then
directly over the statue.
Okay.
Zach is checking smoke detectors as he's just like floating
Yeah.
on the ceiling.
since no one can see me still,
Yeah.
Dusk will say now. And he's gonna swing and
Okay.
flip and land as close to the wall as possible.
Oh man, I
I'm
didn't
going
see
to
it, but
ask you
it
which
seemed
wall.
like it would be
The
cool.
statue is kind of up against one wall. There's
Right.
the large double door against one wall. There is a small hallway down another wall, and then there is a double door in another hall. Kind of the not big double door, but the regular double door is kind of in the direction that you guys came from in the vent.
Okay.
The narrow hallway is the other direction.
So the narrow hallway, if this is the hallway, right?
Draw me a picture. Use the paintbrush. Draw a picture.
Try to land. He loves
I'm,
his picture.
I'll bring you to the map. I don't care. This is
No,
Okay.
no,
This is
we
not.
didn't ask for this.
I'm bringing you to a map. I'm gonna bring you to a
Oh.
map. Don't worry
Oh.
about it. It is not.
Damn it.
This is not a threat. This is
Everyone roll new characters.
This is a promise.
I swear I'm gonna get
Right,
that
that's
T-shirt
what I
made.
knew. Not a threat, I promise.
I'm
No,
so getting
but
that T-shirt made.
because we can see the room now.
Because then you can see the room.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So take it the grate is in the middle of the room.
The grate's in the middle of the room, right in front of the dragon's mouth.
So the grate's here. Dusk would flip to right here. Can you see my ping?
No, yes, I got you. Give me an acrobatics check.
Getting a 20.
With a 20.
Mhm.
Yes. You flip right where you say you do.
Now kind of get down on one knee and try to examine the area where Crispy Boy landed and see if I can determine where the pressure points are.
Absolutely. Give me a perception check.
12.
12. You try and find the pressure points, the plates on these bricks. You don't. It's. Dwarves are great stonemasons.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Can't even tell that the one that Zach burnt himself on. You don't know where he stepped.
Yeah. I assume the stone shows no signs of charring.
The stone somehow shows no signs of charring.
Yeah, they're stupid dwarves.
Is the trap really the stone?
Weller.
Yes, voice from beyond.
Throw your crowbar directly down.
Oh, my new crowbar that I got, that's totally mine? Okay.
Yes.
Weller will drop
And
the
I
crowbar
assume
straight down.
Zach will move out of the way and look
So
specifically for.
he's dropping it right there.
Yeah.
As the crowbar drops and clatters to the ground, nothing happens.
I hate dwarves.
Fly over and crowbar.
Zach,
So that way we
Zach
don't-
flies over and picks up Weller's crowbar.
Yep.
It's canon, you
All
heard
right.
it.
We're going to try something else. Dusk is going to move around the perimeter of the room.
Okay. As you
Let me know
move
if you need
across
me to-
the hallway, give me a dexterity save.
Ah, okay.
So it's at the
I kind of got it. I had to be tested at some point. 27.
Yeah. Do you have evasion at this point yet?
I do.
Yeah, you take no damage as you just quickly hop out of the way as this little sprit of fire shoots towards you from the mouth of the dragon.
Wait, I can disable the device on the dragon.
Quite
That gives
possibly.
me an idea.
So is this
That gives me
dragon
an
like
idea.
turning to like spit
No,
fire?
the mouth,
It
the
probably
head doesn't
is.
move. It just like its mouth is
Yeah.
open the whole time, and just the fire changes direction, comes out the side of its mouth, like it's a side talker for now, and then it's
Gotcha.
a front talker, or maybe it's the other side talker.
But now
But if
you
you're
out of its
directly
nose.
behind it, is it
Actually, you
gonna-
know
I'm
what?
gonna-
I'm gonna say this one came out of its nose, one of its nostrils.
All right.
Mm.
I'm gonna
booger fire.
guide myself and try to investigate the statue to see if I can.
So you're guiding yourself on investigation, because now
Yeah.
you have to choose what skill you're guiding on. But with yourself, it's much
Guide-
easier.
Yeah.
All right. Give me an investigation check with your
All
own
right,
guidance.
Jeez. All those hot rolls.
That's what you guys get for rolling like nothing. But
We
an
really
18
burned it up
for
on
your
the
Yeah.
stealth.
Right.
which is
Oh, no,
great.
all this other
Which is
stuff.
great. Zach, you're not sure what's going on here. Maybe it's magic. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's mechanical. They like fire. You don't know.
There's one surefire way to find out. I'm gonna dispel magic on the dragon.
Okay. Give me a wisdom check.
Check, not save, right?
Just a check. A caster level check.
Good night. With the nat 1.
The nat 1. As try and dispel whatever's happening here. One of the braziers in the corner goes out.
Right.
All right. Take another step.
Okay. You're good. This brazier's out of juice.
We're still invisible, right?
You're still invisible. Actually, you cast a spell. You are not invisible.
No, Isabeau casts invisibility on me.
Oh, so you're not invisible.
Right.
Yeah, you cast a spell.
You cast a spell,
Right.
so you're not invisible.
If you cast a spell or take the magic action or attack action,
Attack
I
Yep.
think
Yep.
it does it.
And
So
Yeah, you seem good. I will tell you the whole back wall is good as you walk around.
climb up the dragon.
Okay, you climb up the dragon.
Get on top of its head.
Get on top of its head.
Weller, keep one end of your rope and throw me the other.
No, I just got this rope. All right.
Hold
I'll
on to
throw
one
it.
end.
I'll throw an end of the rope to him.
Okay. I want to firmly tie the rope to one of the dragon's horns.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check.
It just kicked me out of the game.
Yeah, I just saw you like leave, come
I
back, and
didn't even
leave.
touch anything yet. Wow, that's pathetic. Hold on. I'm coming back.
Weller takes his rope back up.
As long as the rope is safe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know what the heck happened. We all know that Roll20 has weird feelings about me.
It has weird feelings about everybody and
We
everything.
feel me
Lately.
too.
Yeah, especially
right.
this past week.
All right.
Sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand coming. 15.
Yeah, you tie that rope.
Tie that rope so good.
Dusk's brand new rope is tied to the horn of this dragon.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm still holding on to the other end.
So do you want to play tug of war?
Sorry.
Do you get what I'm putting down here?
I'm assuming you want me to pull it, see if we can topple it.
No. Climb down.
I mean, you could do that too.
Oh, okay. All right.
Someone's got to hold the rope up top, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll let the little guys, smaller individuals, go first, and I'll hold on to the rope.
You guys
How
climb.
heavy was that grate that we pulled up and now have sitting in the vent with us?
Like 15 pounds.
Okay, so not heavy enough. Any way to, just thinking creatively, wedge it in the vent that we're in?
You could absolutely try.
All right, I'll
Couldn't the
give that a
flying
shot.
guy just hold it up for you once you come down?
Couldn't who?
Flying guy?
Flying guy? Yeah.
Yeah, flying
Yeah.
guy.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
I'll-
he's checking smoke detectors. I don't know what he's
Moth boot man.
doing.
Yeah. I'll hold the rope while everyone climbs down.
Meanwhile, his boots are trying to fly into the braziers.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone will either get a chance to make either an acrobatics or an athletics check for this, because you're kind of climbing onto the statue here.
I'm gonna use my slippers. Of
Oh
spider
yeah,
climb.
you
Ooh.
climb perfectly fine as Yezebo just kind of walks on the rope, like no big deal.
Yeah. I'm going to high wire.
Yeah, it's just down like 5 or 7 feet, but yeah, you all make it onto the statue. There's no room for Zach there anymore. Actually, there kind of
Well,
is. Not with one ship.
Zach can fly, so I'll just hand the rope back to Weller after we all are down.
As
But
you,
it's my rope.
you guys are very much inside this place now. Where you go from here, who knows?
Yeah, whether that's a good thing or not, we don't know, but we're in here.
Who knows? But we are going to take our little 5-10 minute break here as You guys are in it. What I'm gonna do you guys a favor. I'll give you a little tour of the outside.
Oh man,
I made this map. You guys, I want people, even if you don't use it all. So
it's a big map.
over here is the first grate.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
We bypassed all this nice map you made.
No, it's okay. You'll have to escape.
Ah.
Up
Right.
here's some alleyways. Here's the front of the gate. With the battlements. There's the lava. And the pipe that you went into.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's about it.
Very cool.
As you guys are back here. So, we're going to take a little 5-10 minute break, folks. So, stick around. We'll be back here in a few with more heist/assassination? Question mark? Shenanigans. When we come back. So, stick around.
See y'all shortly.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Welcome back to it. And last we left off, delving, well, first searching the perimeter and a few of the rooms via spider eyes of this complex of the Flame Keepers. Decided to head in through a pipe. Delving in, seeing a forge area with dwarves at work. Continuing through the pipe, not wanting to disturb these workers. Came into a room from above, the ductworks, towards an empty room aside from 4 braziers, 3 exits, and apparently a fire-breathing statue if you step on any of the traps. As currently you guys are all huddled on top of the statue of the dragon, except for Zach, who's currently flying via his fancy moth-winged boots. And that's where we're picking up. You guys are in here. You don't know where the leader is that you're sent to possibly execute, assassinate, and you don't know where this gem is, if it even is here. That's where we're picking up. What are you guys up to?
I'm gonna fly over to the door and listen.
All right, you fly over to this door. Give me a perception check. As everyone starts scattering down on top of the statue with a 16 as you listen in with your elven ears. You don't hear anything.
Okay. Nothing that way.
Nothing
Oh.
that way.
All right.
I'll do the same for this one.
Okay, give me another perception check.
Dusk, you've got us up here.
Jeez.
With an 11. I hear some like muffling. Actually, I'll give you that one. But you don't hear anything.
No muffled anything.
No muffled anything. Out of
Yeah,
game,
no.
you know there's some muffled something, but you don't know what.
Right, and I'll go to this one and do the same.
All right, listening in on that door. Give me a perception check. With a 22, you're starting to notice a pattern with all of these doors. They're soundproof. These are like kind of like you can notice like little bits of concrete or sound absorption in the doors and kind of feeling you don't hear anything. But you know that you wouldn't because they're soundproof.
So well, they're soundproof. Spider
Any
maybe?
tiny cracks? Yep. Any tiny cracks in them?
I would say, Zach, you would have seen some cracks in both the north and the east door.
Okay.
Lucas is gonna just pop out of the gills in Fungi's cap where he's been hiding. He's like, yeah, take him. See if you can go put him in. See if he can fit through.
Okay. I'll fly the spider over here and set it right near one of the cracks.
Okay. As the spider kind of starts to creep under, I need a stealth check with the spider. 23. Absolutely perfect.
Good
As
boy.
it creeps under, you actually get to see that room now. Because why not? It creeps under to the room with the Dwergar and the bunks, the stone bunks. 2 doors leading
Same
out.
one we saw before.
Mm-hmm. Brazier burning in the middle. Dwergars, they're now chewing on their meal that they cooked by the brazier.
Okay. A lot of bad guys in there, all eating dinner. We don't want to go in there.
Oh, there's a few people sleeping. There's only 2 of them that are eating. 4 of them are sleeping.
Bunch of them. Most are asleep. A couple are in there eating.
All right, I'll wait.
Probably still don't want to go in.
Wait for the spider to come back. No, boss.
What?
By the other door.
I'll fly the spider over to that one.
Okay. Spider, give me another stealth check. A 14. Creeping on through the cracks in this door, you would see a darkened stairwell going down with another double
Ooh.
door.
Okay, that seems promising.
I mean, just to get an idea of understanding, I mean, this is facing that way. This is most likely going to lead towards that armory spot that we saw before.
There was a good
based
distance. There was at least 1 or 2 rooms
Okay.
between. Yeah, there was a good distance between them. Like even at the curve, it was like 70 or 80 feet till you got to this grate, and then it was essentially you went south for a ways, and then you turned to the right, which would have been this direction. Essentially, you went like that and that, so you guys are like here. So there's a good distance. It's not exactly to that armory or the forge that you had seen.
All right. Well, I'm working through them to see if we can go a little bit further. See if you can poke into the other door.
Give me a perception check with the spider to see if he can find a crack. 13. He does indeed find a little crack under the side of it. This door is kind of a little heavier than most, but creeps on through. As the spider does, it's a massive hall, at the center of which is the bones of a very large dragon. 4 braziers burning in here. You can see hanging from the ceiling, just maybe a foot above the floor, a couple of cages, seemingly people-sized cages. Looks to be a handful of sarcophagi in here as well. A table with some implements on the north side and some urns. The far end, we would see a glittering brass suit of armor. And in one corner, you would notice some sort of apparatus with this white and red-hued crystal in the center of it. as you're over here. There is a door on the far northeastern side.
Okay, this room's crazy. I'm relaying everything that we're seeing. Group. What the hell is this for? Adult red dragon size or young?
Uh, adult at least. Not quite as big as Themberchug.
Other than color, does the crystal resemble the one that Casmus has? Asking Fungi.
Directing Lucas to get closer to it.
Okay.
Stick to the walls.
Spider skitters along the walls towards this apparatus. It looks like this elongated crystal does indeed seem similar. It's been chained together as it looks like 3 bone-like contraptions are kind of sticking up, poles into the ground, chain-like contraptions kind of holding it tight there. As yeah, that seems like similar-ish crystal.
Okay.
Well, that appears to be one of our objectives.
So far, it doesn't look like there's anybody in there.
Hmm.
Don't know anything about this, dead dragon, though, so
Do you have a tech magic boss?
I don't. Oh, sorry.
Oh. I do not.
I've got it if you need it.
Probably good for the next.
I can do it as a ritual, but that'd take time.
Well, we know we
We
need
got
to
some
go
time.
in there.
Do you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't think we do. Well, we know we need to go in here.
Being that this is dwarves, we do have to question what happens if we open the door.
Fire, smoke.
This trap might react to that,
It might, mate.
or something else might. Just, should be cautious. And when you crawl down this statue, crawl down its tail and stay against the wall.
I'm gonna inspect the door for traps.
Give me an investigation check.
No,
Looks
it looks
good.
clear.
Also, inspect the floor in front of it. Although these stones seem to confuse us.
Yeah, I'll try to. What is that? That's perception.
That'll be an investigation again, as you're trying to determine whether or not
Or you could just land in front of it.
It looks good.
stones appear like stones. Brick. Just like the rest of the floor.
Let's get off the dragon.
Yeah, I'll wait for
Nobody
everyone
wants
to
to
get
get
up.
off the dragon.
Yeah, how exactly do you suggest we do that?
Climb
I'm gonna-
down, go down its tail, and stay against the wall. And make your
Alright.
way over to the door. But don't
Fair
get in
enough.
front of it.
Right. I'll actually, when you're all ready, I'll.
You'll what?
I'll open the door as soon as they're all ready.
Is everyone sliding down off the back of the dragon?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you guys all.
When I get to the end of the tail, I'm gonna step onto the wall and start walking on the wall.
Okay. Love that. Yeah, as Yezebo just casually just steps onto the wall and just walks on it. As, yep, Zach, you open the door. Just fine. Leading into a darkened hallway.
Well,
Out for the other door.
all right, I'm gonna fly over to the next door, inspect it for traps.
Alright. Give me an investigation check.
Looks clear.
Looks clear, but you can't help but notice the large padlock on this side of the door.
Ah, I'll pull out my thieves' tools and try to unlock it.
Alright. As he's getting to work unlocking this door. What's everyone else doing? Just waiting for the word?
Is he
Yeah.
unlocking the door that he said we would need to detect magic in that room?
It would
That
seem
was-
so.
I'll kind of move up on his 6.
Alright.
Yeah.
So,
Out of paranoia, Dusk will climb partway up this wall here and spring over so he isn't in
give me
touching the
give me
floor.
an acrobatics check to try and not touch it. I'll say it'll be a low DC for you. As Weller tries to bring up the right behind there too.
Ooh. 10.
10 is good enough.
Wow, I almost won that.
As Weller, you see Dusk doing that. Do you do the same?
What was he doing?
He was trying to not touch the ground here.
I mean, yeah, that would be ideal considering the angle that we're at in
Give me
relation to the dragon.
Give me an acrobatics check
Oh man, I'm so good at
as you
acrobatics.
try and
I'll
creep
just
around the
wait
corner.
and see.
Yezebo's just climbing the walls like nobody's business.
And I'm
17.
going,
Gotcha.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, I don't need to step on that corner. You're good.
I'm going to bless my thieves' tools before I.
Giving
I
yourself
say,
guidance.
Yes.
Bless them tools.
Fair enough.
While he's going, I'm gonna call Lucas the spider back over.
Okay.
If
Lucas.
he does set anything off.
Lucas comes on back. As, yeah, Zach, give me a sleight of hand check. Ooh, plus a D4. Yeah, that padlock takes you a moment, but it's simple. It just takes time to figure to do. As the padlock comes unlocked.
And the door.
As you open the door, you can see this large chamber ahead of you.
Oh, I don't like that circle on the ground.
There is a
Right,
circle on the
that's-
ground around the bones.
Can I make a religion check on that? That looks like.
Absolutely, give me a religion check.
Yeah, that looks
Can we
like some
just shut-
animation type.
Can we just shut the door and turn around?
Can I guide myself? Can I bless myself for that?
No,
is it too
because
late?
it's too late.
Too late.
With a 10, you're not familiar with whatever kind of circle that is.
It looks demonic in origin. I think what keepers have been.
It might be, it might not be. You're unfamiliar with it.
That's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
I think the flame keepers have been. Gonna fly in.
All right. Zach flies in. I would say with your 17 passive perception, as you fly into the chamber, you would notice the two hanging cages. One of them has bones in it. The other seems to have a dwarf.
Shit.
Eyes kind of light up, or not light up, but kind of. You would hear chains maneuvering, and it's in the far right corner that there is a dwarf in there.
I'm gonna fly over to that cage.
All right. What's everyone else doing?
Dusk will, because Dusk is still invisible, I think.
Yeah, it's like maybe 5 minutes left on it.
I have 2 minutes, something like that, right? He'll skulk into the room and kind of investigate, but don't touch. These are the sarcophagi.
Yeah, they look like sarcophagi for sure.
Just kind of check them out, see what condition they're in.
They're in immaculate condition.
hmm,
In fact, you would see kind of like inlaid gems and near fanciful scroll work. Not quite fanciful, but near fanciful.
okay. And he'll just move part way into the room, not wanting Zach to,
Be alone in here.
Yeah.
Yep, Dusk, you would notice there's a figure in this cage that he's approaching too. What about Yezebo? You're next in line. What are you doing? You climbing the wall still, or are you
Yeah, I'm
All
gonna
right.
be
just
up on the walls.
walking on sunshine over there along the walls, taking it all in?
Mhm.
Weller, you're next in line. On the stairs at the moment.
Yeah. I'll move up to the doorway, but I want to kind of keep an eye on this room since there's entrances.
Absolutely. Eye on the room behind you?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what about Fungi?
I'll finally move and catch up.
I will need that acrobatics
thing.
check as you cross this corner. Yeah, you're good. Seeing everyone hop over it, you hop over it too.
And
Easy.
I'll pick up Lucas from back in the cap and move up to look inside the room as well.
Okay.
I am not crossing the threshold
Absolutely.
yet.
As Zach, you approach this Dwergar, shaven head, short beard, maybe a little scraggly at the moment, just in dark leathers. Looks a little classic prisoner like, soot covered, and he's probably taken a few bruises. Kind of eyes you.
I'll speak in undercommon. Right, mate. What you in for?
Another drow. What am I in here for? Depends on who you ask. Depends on who they're asking as well. Or who
Where's your
is
boss at?
asking. My boss? You could be my boss with enough money.
I think we could work something out. We're looking for the head of the flame.
Oh, he's probably in his office. I did not make it that far. I was actually starting to hear this voice and see this figure talking, Dusk. You recognize this individual.
Yeah.
This is Hemeth. Or Hemeth. Hemeth. The Dwergar who you met on the lake. Or who you met at Sloopadoop. Sloopadlop.
All right. Start heading back to Weller. And once I get next to him, first off, start off by saying boo. And
God damn it, I hate when you do that.
say start to point, then realize he can't see me. And say Zach is speaking to Hemeth. He's in a cage in that room.
The guy we met on the Dark Lake? I mean,
Yes.
Sloopadoop?
Yes.
Oh, world.
I wondered what happened to him. What's he saying?
All I heard was something about he made it only this far.
Interesting.
He might speak more willingly to one of us than to our drow companion.
And you're telling me because you're invisible.
Correct.
Gotcha.
And a disembodied voice would be alarming.
Confirmed. All right. Well, let me go see what he'll say.
Zach, you have a moment with this Dwergar if you have anything else to say. He starts to wipe the crust from his eyes. Oh,
Right,
you
mate,
have
I think
company.
Yeah.
You are no friends of these flame keepers, are you?
No.
Uh,
Are you?
If only they would pay me to be their friend.
I understand that. Where's the office at?
I do not know. I just
What's up?
know he has an office.
And I point to the symbol in the middle with the dragon. What's that? It looks of demonic origin.
Do I look like a wizard to you? All you fucking drow think you're so smart with the questions. Do you know what it is? Che.
No, something a dwarven make, mate.
He shrugs. You gonna let me out of here or not? I could be your friend. This would be as like Weller arrives.
Right? I'm not opposed to letting you out, mate, if you're willing to help.
Help. Sure, I could be of great help right now. As Weller, you would hear all this.
You just
Yeah. I recognized it. Hemet? Is that you?
Another drow. What the? Oh, no, I do recognize this one.
Yeah. Sloopadoop, remember? Our buddy Rincewind helped you out.
The crazy stuff. Yes, it was madness. I didn't recognize you. There's something different about you. I cannot tell.
Yeah, it's probably the mustache, but that's a story for another time.
Oh, no, I thought you always had a mustache.
Yeah, but it's gold now.
Oh, that's it. Oh,
Yeah, it's
what a
little
fortune you paid to
garish.
do that.
Yeah, believe it or not, it just kind of a thing that happened, free of charge. At least monetarily speaking.
It's like a waste of good gold.
Don't get in any ideas, my friend.
I have none. I am in a cage.
Yeah, about that. What happened after we left you?
I just did a couple of jobs, making money. A few trades didn't go so well, and there were some people that were upset with me, and we exchanged information, and I wanted my name off of a list, and I had to. I will just say I was unsuccessful in such an endeavor.
And you ran afoul of the Keepers of the Flame?
I said I wanted my name off of a list.
Yeah, what list? If you
It
don't
doesn't
mind me
matter,
asking.
all of the guilds, and I was trying to use a back door, and the keepers didn't like that and ended up shutting down the forge. So of course I was trying to get off of the shutdown list.
Uh-huh. Is shutdown list another name for, like, keeper of the flames most wanted?
I would use less words than that. Probably different
Ah.
ones as well.
Also, shout out to Dungeon Scrawlers with the rating party of 4.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome in, everybody.
Woohoo!
They got it.
Did Zach already check this cage for any sort of traps or?
He did not. It seems like it's also a simpler padlock than the one on the door here.
Okay, I'll just take a quick gander, and if I'm able, I'll break the lock
With your brand new crowbar?
with my brain. Now, Zach got his crowbar back.
Oh,
it's
Zach got his
fine.
crowbar back.
But I do have thieves tools and smith tools, so I can tackle a padlock.
How are
Or
you
at least
how are
try.
you trying to do it? Are you trying to thieves tool your way out of it, or are you trying
Yeah,
to
I'm
Okay.
gonna try to thieves tool it.
Give me a sleight of hand check.
Let's do the old sleight of hand.
As Zach, you're hearing this conversation going swimmingly. As like they know each other before. As 16 is enough to open the cage, as the bedraggled Dwergar. Ugh, I knew I could count on you. Where is Rincewind? Is he still with you?
Not so much anymore.
Oh. I'm sorry. I feel like I owed him a little bit. But, that's the way things go down here, no?
Yeah. Well, knowing him, he probably wouldn't have accepted a little bit anyway. But it's the thought that counts.
This is true. What are you guys doing here, anyways? I see you have another drow in the corner. There's... Oh, the cat guy that was with you on the mushroom. I recognized them, and you guys would... Dusk and Fungi would see Hemeth kind of hold up a hand lightly. Just kind of like a half wave. So...
Yeah, most of us are still relatively intact. But
Good
as
news.
far as what we're doing down here, it's...
You don't still have that devil worshipper with you, do you?
Yeah, he's not with us at the moment.
Oh,
He's
good.
handling business back at the docks, but yeah, he's still with us. As far as what we're doing down here, it's a little hard to describe. I'll put it this way. Right now, we're on the step of gathering information and trying to find a crystal.
Oh, gathering information. What would you like to know? Yeah, I've been around a bit. Maybe I could help with that. Crystal? If it's here, I would think it would be here. Either in one of those sarcophagi, or unless it's on that table. There is that shiny thing in the corner, although I haven't gotten to see it very well. Kind of gestures to the corner where you do see this crystal kind of contained by these 3 statues chained to it.
Man, there's just a lot of bad in this room, isn't there?
This, there is, it's the way it goes, you know, there's,
Doesn't really look like a typical jail, being that there was only one cell with you in it.
It's
Any
less of a
idea why they locked you
jail,
up?
more of, again, the list thing, I pissed off the wrong people.
Right, but like here specifically in this room.
I guess they didn't want the stone guard to know.
Almost looks like they were going to use you as a sacrifice or something, buddy.
No.
Gotta be honest with you.
We don't deal with sacrifice. You die down here like a regular person.
Yeah, well, if we've learned anything, nothing really dies down here. That's why Fun Guy always prays over everybody's body after they're gone.
Right.
So, information. Yeah. The captain, leader of the Keepers of the Flame.
Oh,
What can you tell me?
he's a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, aren't we all? Can't
Yeah,
fault a guy just for that.
no, he is the one who called a no on my job, my forge, my trading, or Gartokarking. I'd slit his throat the first second I get the chance, I'll tell you that much.
Good to know. Gonna file that away for later. Might come in handy. Any idea of what he's up to these days? We were in Gracklestug before, kind of investigating some corruption and a bit of old Captain Black Skull's conspiracies, and we've been led to believe that maybe he is.
Are you working for the Stone
compromised.
Guard? Get the fuck
Yeah.
out of here.
A little bit of everybody, you know. Stone Guard wants something. The Stone Keepers want something.
Fuck the Stone Guard, too. Corruption, I was wondering why you didn't say goodbye to me or hello to me after I let you stay in my home last time.
Well, you kind of like ushered us out.
I had business to
Really?
attend to. I told you this.
Right, but you like it very much came across like our business was done, it was concluded, we left, we went on our way.
Yes,
We weren't
but
trying to be rude, but we didn't want to be rude by overstaying our welcome.
I appreciate that then. Feelings no longer hurt about it.
Well, good.
Are you here for Garthokar corruption? I heard he got a new attendant.
New attendant.
Yes, or bookkeeper or something. I am unsure.
What happened to the old one?
Yeah, probably the same thing that happens to everyone down here. Maybe
Fair
they're in that cage over there. I do not know.
Is there anybody in that cage over there? I
Yeah,
would've
there's
come
a
past
there's
it, I
a
guess.
skeleton over there.
Okay.
Dwarven.
Well, anything else you can tell us about Garthakar?
He's an asshole.
Yeah, we covered that.
Deserves what's coming to him, probably. He does have a dragon on his side, though, so got to get him
Yeah.
when he's not near him.
Speaking of which, what's going on with this room? You know, got a little sigil with some bones and
I do not know, but I would probably like to take a lot of things in here. Like that shining armor, some glimmering vials over there. I do not know what's in these sarcophagi, but I bet that whatever is in there is all the sweeter.
Listen, last time we opened up sarcophagus, we got attacked, and I think probably the time before that we got attacked, and then I think we opened up 3 at one point and we got attacked. We did get a
I was
glowing
there
sword
for
out of that one.
it was a mummy on the island. That was no good. But
Yeah.
no, I do not know what this room is. It looks like treasures to keep or something.
How did they bring you in here? The way that we just came in? Do you know anything about that door over
I
there?
was blindfolded.
Ah, of course.
They are no slouches. But, I'll tell you what I told your drow friend here. So many, there's 3 drow amongst you.
I mean, we are in the Underdark.
Yes, I
Yeah.
know, but I've had some bad dealings with drow. Either
Yeah,
way, I know
listen,
nothing about
they-
what's down here in this room.
These two are okay so far, so
That's
I'll say
fine. If you trust them, I won't hold it against you. I will see if they're worth their salt with my own eyes.
fair enough.
Right. Right.
What's everyone else
All
doing
right.
as Weller's talking to this dwarf?
I
We're
was
just
gonna-
catching up.
I was gonna say, can Isabeau be casting Detect Magic as a ritual?
Absolutely.
All right, begin that.
I would say you could have probably cast it at this point.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything from Dusk or Fungi?
Dusk is just going to sort of move towards the crystal over here, waiting for everyone to finish their conversations. And just kind of stay put and keep an eye out.
Okay. Anything from Fungi?
Yeah, likewise. I think Fungi is just kind of hanging out right around here, just waiting to see what happens.
Okay.
What is called upon.
As Yezebo, yes, your Detect Magic does go off. There is a lot of magic in the air. As each of these sarcophagi illuminate magic, all of the braziers illuminate magic. I don't know if your range, you can't quite see all the way across the room. But if you're scanning, are you scanning everything for magic?
Yeah, and I'll probably walk on the ceiling and try to get.
Absolutely. The ceiling in here
Midway.
is 20 feet high as well. The armor over here is magical. A couple of these vials on this bone table are magical.
Ooh.
And this gem is magical as well as the apparatus containing the gem.
Bag it all, boss.
Yeah, just be careful.
Right. I'll start bagging, I guess. Yeah, I'll bag up the armor.
Okay. It's a suit of heavy brass full plate.
Yeah, I'll take it like piece by piece and put it in the bag and then head over to Iz and start putting the
As you start to take apart the armor,
makes sense.
yeah. Doesn't
Well,
it?
Here we go.
Why'd you have to start with the armor?
All of
That's
the, all
close
of the
to it.
flames illuminate brighter as they surge towards the center of this circle. Of course.
Yeah.
The bones illuminate in fire as bit by bit this fire surges through the skeletal dragon as it quickly and rapidly animates, wreathed
Of
in
course.
flames.
Oh,
We're gonna roll some initiative.
fuck no, we're gonna roll some run. Where on my sheet is the GTFO button?
It's the what
It's
is it?
after initiative.
Alt F4.
Alt F4. Hey, interestingly enough, I don't know if you guys have heard or interested or have played the new Monster Hunter Wilds game. There actually is a setting in the settings to disable Alt F4. I guess they
That's
figure that you
advantage.
are going to get mad and rage quit, so it's an option to disable it.
Oh.
Interesting. And with that, everybody's on here. We rolled some initiative here. We're gonna go with some. What do you think? Clash Defiant or Hitman?
Hitman. We've done
Yeah,
Clash
Shields of-
Defiant before.
We've done it all before. Fungi, you're up first as this skeletal dragon animates, wreathed in flames.
Ah, crap. Yeah, Jesus Christ, what am I gonna do here? Let's fungi special and take some cover.
Okay.
Uh,
Shillelagh up as spores start to shed from you.
yeah, oh, I gotta kill a spell slot to regain a wild shape.
Does that cost any action or anything?
No, it doesn't. No sharing.
What'd you use all your wild shapes on?
Well, one was on Lucas, and I don't remember what the other one was before. It had to be something from last session. I only have two.
Yeah.
I still don't remember what it was yet, but I had it marked off, so I must have used it.
Fair enough. All right, you got your shillelagh going. Anything else for fungi?
Actually, what was this thing here in the corner behind me?
That's a cage with a skeleton in it dangling from the ceiling.
Oh, safe. Yeah, okay, that's that one. Oh, okay. Nah, I'll just stay put here.
Okay, staying
Okay.
put there. That will take us to dusk. Dusk. You knew it was happening.
Mm-hmm. I'm just waiting for it. So as a bonus action, ignite dawn.
Dawn illuminates.
And then oh, am I kidding? This is a small room.
It is.
Dusk will move up here. And he will swing at it.
Okay. Waltzing right up to that dragon, swing away with your Dawn Blade.
Ooh.
Getting a nat 1 as the bones kind of shift and change as the dragon itself faces you rapidly and suddenly, to your surprise, as you nearly drop the blade just kind of, you didn't see that coming, as it kind of rearranged itself.
As it's rearranging itself, try to anticipate where some of it's going to be and swing again.
All right.
Getting a 16.
16 just misses.
Grumble. And then let's move over behind this brazier.
All right. Moving behind the braziers, you move out of its range. It's going to try to bite you at disadvantage. Because, you know, because you're special like that. Getting a 19 to hit you.
That misses.
As it barely misses you. Anything else for Dusk?
That's it.
Taking us to Zach, as you start to grab a piece of the armor. You've got that in your hand at the moment.
I'm going to activate Spirit Guardians as you see shadows whirl around me, 15 feet. Everyone that's my ally that I can see right now.
Okay. Do you make this dwarf your ally
Yes, I'll make the dwarf.
that you have just met?
Yeah, I will, because they seem to be on good terms with them. Activate Spirit Guardians. Damage.
You'll do some damage.
And I will
This is a
Bonus
wisdom
action.
save or a con save?
Wisdom save.
Okay. Didn't seem to affect it that much.
Noted. And then I will,
It
Create a
rolled
duplicate.
high.
yeah. I'll create a duplicate of myself on the other side of it.
I need to make you a token for a duplicate. As you...
It looks just like it, so.
Yeah. Well, I
Um,
just need to make
not-
one that doesn't have all the stats and your vision on it.
And I'm actually going to switch places.
As these shadows surge around on this side now.
Yes. And
And
that's
you-
it for my turn. I'll fly up. 10 feet.
Okay, flying up 10 feet. That will take us to this creature's turn. As it is at the start of its turn, Yezebo, you take 5 points of fire damage as this flames are just exuding from it. Actually, Fungi and Dusk will each take 5 points of fire damage too, as the braziers burn bright around it. The bones clattering about. It's going to launch towards Zakandrin, where this shadows are coming from.
I also hit him with the hail of spores.
Yeah, is the range 10 feet?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely you can. Con save.
Con.
You got a 22.
That'll be.
So is it save or suck, or is it half?
Suck.
Okay. As it resists whatever spores are exuding from you, as it's going to just try to bite down onto Zach. As best it can. Getting a 21 to hit you.
That'll do.
As Zakandrin, you take 15 points of piercing damage and 7 points of fire damage. Need a concentration check for that. The
Yep.
Spirit Guardians.
First one, and then advantage.
All right. You have Warcaster?
Yeah.
All right. It's going to then proceed to claw into you a couple of times.
Yeah.
19 with his first attack. First claw.
Hits.
As you take 12 points of slashing damage. And then it's going to try to claw you again.
And a concentration.
Getting a 12 to hit with its second attack.
Second one misses. Constitution still good.
As you are good. Ending its turn there. Which takes us to Yezebo. Yezebo, the flames exuding off of this draconic skeleton are nothing to be trifled with. It doesn't seem to speak, though. It's odd. Maybe it's mindless.
It seems very hot.
It's warm.
How shatter.
Okay, where at? Kind of along its backside.
Drop it right on his head.
All right. I mean, if you drop it on its head, you'll probably hit yourself. And
I'm an
Zach-
evoker.
That's true. That
Let's
is
see.
true.
Is a con save.
So it wouldn't hit you, it would just hit Zach.
But it won't hit Zach either, because
Right. As it takes a con save, it got a whopping 25.
wow.
Okay.
As it seems resistant to magic. It will still take some damage, so it'll take 3 points of force damage, or of thunder
Thunder.
damage. As a loud boom echoes throughout this place, as it is a very loud spell.
All
Any-
right.
Anything else for
And-
Yezebo?
Am I within its reach if I'm on the ceiling?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very big dragon.
Yeah, I'll just stay. I don't think I have any bonus actions. So we're good.
All right. That'll take us to Weller. As you just hear a thunderous crash as the bones reverberate against each other.
Damn it. Emeth will pick this up later. And I will. Go ahead, Emeth. You sound like you wanted to say something.
He just sighs. That's all he does. Ugh.
I will move up 20 to there and take an old swing with the maul.
Molly Mole.
Yeah, let's do a. Let me check one thing. Okay. Scroll back up. Here we go.
23 will absolutely hit it.
Let's see what we want to add to that.
Got a 15 on its save to be toppled.
And let's make this a menacing.
Okay, gonna try to frighten the skeleton.
We're gonna try to scare the shit out of the skeleton.
Scare the shit out of the skeleton. Let's see
That's
it.
it. We turn on superiority die, and let's do. There we go.
It's not magic. So it got an 8 on its save. So it is frightened of you, Weller. As it takes 20 points of damage. As you plunge into it with your hammer, you do take 4 points of fire damage.
Fair.
As it's just burning all around it.
Let's go ahead and do. I tell you what. Let me bonus action. Know your enemy, and then I'll do an extra attack.
Okay. It is resistant to necrotic damage. But do you know it? What is know your enemy? You know its resistances and immunities?
You know whether that creature has any immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and yeah. And
It's
I know
not
what they are.
vulnerable to anything. It's resistant to necrotic. It's immune to poison. It's immune to being charmed, exhausted, and poisoned.
Okay. But not frightened.
Not frightened. It is scared of you.
Or prone.
Or prone.
Oh, yeah, good call. That's actually why I wanted to do that. Thank you for the reminder. All right, let's go ahead and do a extra attack.
Okay.
And yeah, okay.
Yes, a 26 will absolutely hit it.
And because I'm confused, can I do a superiority on this one too and try a trip attack?
You certainly can. So it's got to make
Okay.
2 saves to see if it gets tripped or not. One of them the strength save though, but it is going to be tripped.
All right. The superiority die back on. Let me make sure.
For
that's
funsies,
what
let's
it
see
is.
if you trip it twice. Yeah, it fails both its saves to get tripped as you
Double tripped.
knock into 3 of its legs at once as it clatters to the ground.
But because it was double tripped, it stands back up.
Yeah, you flip it over. It does,
Flip it over.
complete flip.
All right, superiority die is on. Let's do the damage.
For 20 more points of damage, you do take
Another
4
20.
more points of fire damage as you hit into it again.
All right, fair enough. That is going to be it for me for that turn.
Okay. Gotta roll a few things here real quick. Alright, that will take us to... Technically, Dusk should have gone first anyways. Dusk, what are you up to?
All right.
As Dusk,
Dusk
you
will
can
come-
hear some shouting from the room behind you.
Yeah, I kind of thought that. Kind of growl out. We're about to have company. Move up and hit it.
Alright. With advantage, a 28 will for sure hit it. takes 11 points of radiant damage. You two take 4 points of fire damage as the flames just exude out of it.
Hit it again.
Whack. As this light combats its own fiery light, a 19 will also hit. This thing is kind of scrambling to the ground. Its bones are trying to recollect to be standing. It takes 10 more points of damage.
I take 4 more.
You take 4 more.
Bonus action, flurry of blows.
All right. Give me those 2 more unarmed strikes. The karate. 19 will
19.
also hit it. You take 4 more points of fire damage.
For 9 points of force.
9 points
My
of force.
second blow. Whoa, what just happened?
The music symboled.
My second blow, I'll follow around and thud myself on the chest. Do hand of healing.
All right. You take 4 more points of fire damage. I'm just joking. From the burning passion in your heart. Nice. Anything else for Dusk?
And then Dusk will move back over here by him.
It will try to bite you at disadvantage as you run away. Got a big 11 to hit. It snaps out. The bones just kind of snap towards you to no effect. That'll take us to Fun Guy.
I'm going to start with my kind of favorite little utility spell and create water in sort of a rain. I want to try and get it as far of rain as I can for these 10 gallons over here, and I want to try and hit this brazier as well.
Okay. Unfortunately, it has no effect on the brazier, as the brazier was made with a greater spell. As it does kind of sizzle as it hits the fire.
Alright.
The water rains down, kind of making that sizzling noise as it hits the dragon and the brazier itself.
I think then that is my so I can work it off. I'll step up to it and action surge.
Okay.
Let's make my first whack.
Give me that first whack. 15's gonna miss it. As it starts, like, its claw nearly swipes out towards you, as it just kind of barely misses you, causing you to stumble a little bit.
Alright, and then
A back whack.
bonus action, back whack it.
Alright. 23 will hit it. As you take 4 points of fire damage, it takes 11 points of force damage.
And then, oops, that's wrong. And then, randomly resistant, but
It'll take some of it. Yeah, so it'll take 3 points of necrotic damage, as the bones do seem to be taking a good bit of wear and tear.
And I'm going to try and move out of its way too.
Alright. As it doesn't have any more attacks of opportunity, that will take us to... he's got to take his time to get there. Boop-a-doop-a-doo. Taking us to Zach.
I'm gonna switch places was a bonus action. Yeah,
Okay.
and I'll move forward closer to it, just a little bit,
All right.
and then I'm gonna heal myself because I got fucked.
Make a wisdom save. Got a 19 on its save for your spirit guardians. But it will still take some damage if you want to roll that for me.
Will do. 8 to me, and
It'll take some damage as these shadows just kind of wisp around it, but the bones kind of seem to keep
Resist
away
it.
for now.
that'll end my turn.
That will take
I'll
us
fly up higher. What's the room? 20 feet tall?
20 feet tall.
Yeah, I'll fly up.
That will take us to the dragon as its bones split apart and reconnect themselves. As the fire just surges forward from it, I'll need everyone except for Yezebo to give me a dexterity save, please. Dusk, do you have advantage on dex saves?
No.
So it's a 10.
Yeah.
All right. So everyone, tell you what, I'll give you a choice. Do you want me to take average? Or you want me to roll for it? You want to risk it?
I don't. I'd take average. That's my vote.
I was gonna say, I feel like we know average is going to be everyone because he started to say that. So we have a possibility of an out, but
Sounds like
Mouse,
we're going
what
with
do you say? Average or roll for it?
Sure. Average.
Fun guy.
Let's go.
All right.
All right, so sounds
Everyone
like
takes 40 points of fire damage.
average. Jesus.
I will take half.
I drop. What's this DC on save? Failed. 15.
16.
I drop.
Zach's shadows fade away,
And
as his
double.
duplicate does as well. That will take us to some guy busting down the door. A bearded dwarf runs in. What is the meaning of this? And who is two drow? I'm gonna roll for it. Calls out to Weller. Stop it once. Drop. As his voice booms out. He casts command on you. I need a wisdom saving throw. With an 8. Weller, you hear this loud and clear. That's going to take us to Yezebo. I forgot to say, Weller and Yezebo each take 4 points of fire damage from being near this dragon. But Yezebo, it is your turn. You're muted also. Sorry.
Well, that would be helpful.
Yep.
People can hear me. Okay. I said I cast Fireball, just kidding, so everybody can hear the joke out there on
That's,
the internet.
that's fair. Pretty sure they
And
just
then,
got
I
fireballed.
It's a magic missile.
All right, magic missile.
Oh,
On
all at the
whom?
dragon thingy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll let the flaming bony dragon
There it goes.
For at first level for 10 points of force damage as these bolts pelt into it. Anything else for Yezebo?
Mm. That's it.
That will take us to Weller. Weller, unfortunately for your turn, all you can do is drop what you are holding, your hammer. And that's your turn. Taking us to surprise guests 3 and 4. As 2 more Dwergar run in. Only one of them is going to be able to get a shot as the other one rushes forward.
Out of curiosity, is Hemoth not doing anything to help us?
He just got out of jail. He's hurt as fuck, man.
All right.
Him-
I just remembered he liked to get big before.
He's waiting for his shot. Yeah, speaking of getting big. Yeah, this guy's gonna get big. Thanks for reminding me about that. As the other one's
Shut
going
up.
to shoot out at Yezebo
Ah!
with a... he's gonna throw a javelin at Yezebo. Getting an 11 to hit,
Nah.
which will take us to the top of the round. Hate to do it in the middle of combat, but cliffhanger 2. As you guys were sneaking in, things have changed. As Dwergar have rushed in from another room, overheard this combat with a dragon. With the bones of a dragon. It's not a true dragon. It can still breathe fire, though, apparently, as it is fire. But that is where we're going to end tonight. A little cliffhanger-ish.
We've got them right where we want them.
We'll pick up there next time, folks. Thank you for watching.
Thank you all.
And we'll,
Thanks, Twitch.
We'll see you next Thursday.
See y'all later.
All right.
See you next Thursday.
Night or night.
Good night, guys.